hope you're doing well for another weekly Wednesday thrift haul. Thank you for bearing with me. I do think that I am going to change the time to 12 after today, just because I genuinely don't have enough time to actually clean everything and get everything sorted, and it's a whole lot. So I am going to move it back to 12, especially because I've had a lot of people come in at the end and start talking to me. Um, if you're new here, welcome. If you're seeing this on YouTube, welcome. We have lots of good goodies to go over today. We have some jewelry, we have a bag, we've got some glassware, and then we're gonna switch over at the very end to all of the uranium glassware. I went to an estate sale this past Saturday that was interesting, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it later. But I got a ton of great pieces, which is wonderful and amazing, and I'm happy with. And on that note, let's get started and talk a little bit. We'll start with some of our jewelry that was $1 for total. I've got quite a bit. I only have one item of jewelry that actually cost me more than $1, so I did pretty well today. Starting out, I found this gorgeous blue bauble necklace. It does have a little tag that just says made in China. It doesn't have any other logo on it, but it is those bauble beads that fit together. So they're not a circle, they kind of have a divot so that they go like this. And this is one of those pieces that I'm going to keep together, and I might take it apart, I might not. I may also just see if the stuff that either, I don't know if I'll end up wearing it or someone else, I might take it to one of the farmers markets and just like display them and be like, hey, if you want to buy them, you can buy them. If not, I'm totally okay with taking them home because I like them. Oh, my nose is so itchy. I was running around like mad. I'm like roasting hot trying to get everything together. It took so long to get checked out. I met a guy. I learned about his son's shoes. I learned about his wife's. He learns about my nephews. We showed pictures. We talked a whole ton. I mean, like, we had like a good 15-minute conversation. It was actually cute because as I was in the parking lot, he was like leaving then, and he like honked his little horn and was like, hey, I know we're now friends, which was cute. So the next little piece that I found was this one, which has all of these different orange blocks. Now you may be like, okay, that's an interesting color, but what are you gonna do with them? These, I'm hoping they look like they are actually wide enough that I can actually use them for the little plant sticks. So that's what I was trying to look for. I don't know, I like doing those plant sticks. It's been pretty fun. So I got this guy. Again, $1. How can you pass up these prices? Even if I end up not using it and it just brings me $1's worth of happiness, what's wrong with that? I got this necklace, which is like, I got it for the beads. It's absolutely gorgeous. I am going to take this apart, but I do want to try and see if I can actually maintain the original pattern, just because I really think that it's pretty the way that they do have it sized with the barrels and then the rounds. So I don't know exactly what I'll end up doing, but this will go happily into all of my other beads. And for $1 again, I really thought that the actual marbling on all of these were really well. So I got that one. I guess I can show you the little swan guy as they are adding on up. We've got this guy, which I've actually seen quite a few times. So this is one that was actually still on sale last week, and I saw it and I was like, I have some Christmas beads. I don't know if I really would end up needing it because even though it is deep red, it's not quite like the Christmas ruby red that I think about it. It's a little bit more matte. But I ended up being like, you know what? I really do like it, and I do think that it has enough beads that if I add another necklace to it, I definitely could actually make a garland out of this, which would be so darling. Absolutely darling. So I got that one because that one was super cute. And then I got this one, which was only $1 and is actually pretty nice. I mean, these wooden beads have really gorgeous coloring and they've held up very well. I mean, the actual wood beads themselves are almost in pristine condition. And of course, I got them for the same exact reason of putting them on the plant sticks, although I was noticing the holes, and I'm not 1,000% sure if these holes are actually going to be big enough, but I can take a drill, and because it is soft wood, I'm hoping, or at least I'm going to test with one, that it'll just let me drill a little bit more. I know that they say that whenever you drill beads, oh my god, I'm not fat, but this shirt, my lord. But when you drill beads, that you're supposed to go halfway from one side and then take it out, and then go half from the other side. So I'm gonna see if I can do that with these beads, and then I can use them with the green sticks, and they're already green, which will look absolutely darling. And now that we have already started to look at the stuff that I got for the little plant sticks, I got this little guy who is an absolute cutie. This green is gorgeous. Oh my god. It makes me sad because there's a part of me that it's like, do plant sticks really need to be this pretty, or do I need to make something else out of it? But these should work. And hopefully, because it has the wrap, I can get it to like wrap around and look really pretty. So that one was with that one. And for $1, I mean, come on, even if it ends up not being anything, $1. It's the same for this one. This one has, so like these beads I would put in with my other like connection charm collection. These are the ones that I'm trying to actually use for the plant sticks. And this one, hopefully, because it is just one string that it's all on instead of connected to all of those other chains, this should actually be pretty easy to take apart. And I do think that this blue is going to look gorgeous against those green stems. So I'm pretty happy and excited, and hopefully that'll end up working well. I do actually have to see how much people want to buy plant sticks. I also haven't gotten to the level of making my plant sticks with the consistency and the quality to start selling them to the local plant shop. But I do plan, as soon as I kind of get that quality up, that I'm going to go see. I'm on this like a weird place where like I'm slowly almost getting ready to actually sell and do things, but there's a couple of things that are keeping me. So right now, all I've been doing is selling to friends and family, which isn't bad. I'll take it. I like friends and families. I like giving people stuff, what I have, and then, I mean, if they want to buy my stuff as a present for someone else, which is what my sister actually did. She just gave one of my candles that I made as a little bridal shower gift. This one's also pretty, so it's a little bit hard to see on camera, but it's all of those individual little faceted beads that are just wrapped around that center. So it does look kind of cool, and overall, it gives a good effect. I got them for the same exact reasons. It is pretty though. Why is it that I always take apart such pretty necklaces? Now that I'm actually not buying the quantity of necklaces as I was, and I'm buying much more of the glass, I'm being a lot more selective with the necklaces, and they're getting prettier and prettier. Or at least that's what that's how I perceive that it's getting prettier and prettier. And then I got one more necklace that was for $1. And this thing looks super weird, although I'm also like simultaneously in love with it. This one, it's almost like they have like a piece of plastic that they cut out, and that they then went and they essentially drilled holes into it. And then what they did is they put, it looks like these like metal charms that almost have like an outing on the back of it, like, and they just slid these metal pieces in the holes that they drilled and glued it, and then that's how it kept. I just thought that this was such a unique necklace. I don't know how difficult it would be to actually continuously make something like this, but I kind of got it just as like a general idea and feel, just because it is so unique, and I kind of really like that. Like, I like finding these unique pieces, because a lot of the times when people like think of jewelry or anything else, like, there is a limited range, but once you actually start like exploring and getting into it, there are some really interesting like finds and ways of doing the same thing. And that's how I felt about this little guy. I have one more necklace before we get down to the pins, which I only have 2 for today. So that's not bad whatsoever. This one was actually full price, and I paid $2 for it, so you know that I had to like it. I don't think that I'm going to take it. I might if I absolutely need to, but I really like this one. And I don't know if I'll end up wearing him as much as just keeping him. But what's the problem with decorating my walls. I have an entire series of necklaces back there doing their thing decorating my walls. So what I liked about this one is that it's all of these individually made like glasswork beads that have like really cool flowers and designs in them, and they're all kind of like chip chopped and like not quite like shattered. They kind of are glass chips, even though they're not quite how I would normally describe a glass chip. But then it has this gorgeous heart that you can see that's hand blown. But I just think it's pretty. So I'm going to keep this for my necklace collection and enjoy wearing it because I thought that it was super damn cute and the beads are adorable. So I am happy that I got this for my own collection. So let's go and I'll look to the Swan Little Me for just 1 second. Look at how pretty everything turned out. I'm not going to end up rearranging everything so that you can fully see all of them because that's... Oh, you did not miss anything. Well, you missed all of the jewelry, but you're still here for all of everything else. This little guy, out of our pins, I ended up getting 2. They are both Christmas pins. I know that you are absolutely shocked that I got more Christmas pins, but I'm surprised because I saw this little guy whenever he wasn't on sale, and I was like, oh, he's cute, but I'm not going to get him. He's not on sale. And then I saw him again, and I was like, oh, I found cuter pins. I'm not going to get him. So, like, it's been like 4 times that I've left this little tiny snowman at the store, and he's just been patiently waiting for me to pick him up, which I think is darling. So he definitely needs to come home with me and go with my pin collection. And I like that his little tiny scarf moves. How darling is that? So I was really happy to have him, and he has a little top hat, just like every snowman should. And then we have this one that is just one of the traditional ones. It just reminds me of a traditional wreath. And it came in the same package as the other one, so I ended up grabbing it, of course. And that ends it for the jewelry section of everything, but we still have beads and a belt, and then we can switch over to the glass. And then we also have to then switch over to the UV glass. So this item right here was actually $4, and it wasn't on sale, which is really weird. And I don't even look at the belts always just because I try and like keep up with the time so that I can get out of there. But this little belt, it almost looks like it was one of those David Bridal's like belts for some of those like fancier dresses that they have. And I just really thought that it was gorgeous. And I don't know. There are certain pieces that I see, and then I'm like, I don't have a piece like this, and I could see where it could end up working. And I mean, I do have a couple of dresses where they're pretty plain, and if I just put this on it, I think that it would pop it out. The other thing is that it has this really nice, let me actually show you on the Swan camera, if I can. So if you can see the actual thread that they use to attach the rhinestones are actually a really pretty rose gold. And what I like about that is that it'll work well with a black dress, obviously, but like a deep navy blue with that copper will look absolutely gorgeous. So I'm hopeful for it. I did make sure that it actually fit me, which was nice. The other thing that's interesting is the actual ribbon that it's on is not a very high quality ribbon. Like, oh, and it's a little hard to see. Let me fix that for you guys. This is literally the same type of like a silk ribbon that I would have gotten at the dollar store. I mean, they sell these ribbons at the dollar store. Not that I mind buying things from the dollar stores. I buy them all the time from the dollar store. But I just thought that it was really interesting because it does look like one of those David Bridal's ones. And if it is, these things are like $30 for these belts. So I was surprised at the ribbon that they would have chosen to go along with it. And then I also found a beaded purse. And this one I did end up paying full price for, which I have to say, I don't normally pay as many items full price as I did today, but I just found a lot of stuff, or I just got my tax return, and that could have also factored into my ability to decide what I want to get. So this one was $2.99 for this cute little beaded purse. I love the crocheting at the top. I think it looks really delicate. I do like that it has the ties to the side that also has a little beading. And I also just like this entire overlay fabric. So the beading is kind of overlaying, so I like it. It doesn't have any stains. All of the beads are in place and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And it is going to have a happy little home with my other purses on my shelf. And it would have a happier home if whenever I went to IKEA yesterday, they actually had the shelves that they kind of said that they had, because by the time that I looked from the previous day to actually getting there, they ran out of the color shelf that I need. And I need more shelves because I have so many items. But it's okay. They'll come back in stock. If not, I can always go with the brown shelf. Not everything has to match, right? Okay. So that is actually it for the jewelry and the glass. Let me just go and push this all to the side, and then, right? Then we can go and get on to our glassware before we go to our UV glass, which is gonna have to mean that I'm gonna have to reset up the GoPro and turn off the lights so that we can see the UV glass. Yeah. So, and I actually washed all of this glass because after I get done streaming, I don't want to go and wash any of this stuff. I just want to like be done and watch some TV. So I made sure to wash it beforehand, and that way I don't have to worry about it needing washed afterwards. And I did make sure to write down all of the prices so that I didn't forget them though. But so I took off all of the stickers. So as I've been mentioning, I've been getting glass that I'm filling up to go and make candles. I actually have an example, which is this little like gypsy pot that I found that was really cute and that I filled with black soy wax, which the top does look a little bit frosted, but I use 100% natural soy wax, which is really nice and doesn't have any of those carcinogens that it does in paraffin wax. Plus, it's renewable because paraffin wax comes from petroleum jelly, which is not a renewable resource with the way that it's made, but soybeans are clearly renewable. We can keep growing them. So I kind of like that it is less cancerous and actually renewable. The other nice thing is that it's cleaned up by soap and water, which means that if you drop this anywhere and like the wax gets anywhere, paraffin wax is something to get up. I've used the whole wax paper and an iron. I've done all of that stuff, even like buying like a solution that was like almost like gasoline that was supposed to break it up. It was terrible. I have spilled paraffin wax on things, including my clothes, and it's just come out because you can clean it up with just soap and water. And I think that for people who are prone to being klutzy or anything else, that should be the selling point. They should be like, oh ho ho, washable wax. Yes, please. So that's kind of an idea of one of the candles that I'm making. So I am going to turn this little guy in. I didn't have time to actually look to go and see who he is. I do see these like beautiful round circles up top that like normally represents like a moon pattern and then a cute little flower base. I'm not sure who it is, but I do think that this will make a cute little candle. So I picked that one up, and that one was only $1.50, which isn't bad whatsoever, especially because my actual candle making wax and essential oils and the wicks are super expensive. So I really have to try and make sure that I'm putting like any of the containers that I'm buying to put the wax in, I'm keeping that price down. I do hope eventually maybe I could find a market where like I can have a little bit more margins to go and play around with a little bit more types of glass without like having to keep it cheap. Because right now it's either it needs to be like $1.50, $2 is kind of the max, unless it's in like my luxury line. So yeah, the next little piece I got was 99 cents. It wasn't on sale, but I thought that it would make a darling little candle. It has this gorgeous geometric pattern, and I love glass whenever they have this like flower pattern. So it has all of the right angles. It is clear, which is something that I know that a lot of people don't really like clear glass. Even though I think that people outside of the glass world actually like clear glass more than people inside the world because it matches so much. But I liked the little handle, and he will make an absolute darling candle. And for 99 cents, that is perfect in the price range. Moving on, I got a series of 4 of these guys. So this is where we're getting in a lot more of your colored glass. This actually, if you can see it, has a flower on it, which I thought was really nice and very summery. I don't know what scent I'd end up putting in it. I don't actually have any like sunflower scents right now, but I do have to make another order. So maybe I'll see if I can find like a really nice summery, flowery scent to go and put in them. The other thing that's nice is so it is flowers and then trees and then flowers again. I also think that it's really smart the way that they did everything. There's still water in that. Sorry, guys. I was rushing. I was absolutely rushing, especially because I had all of my uranium glass set up in my big photo box downstairs, and I had to take them individually up. But yeah, so there was this little guy, and I think he'll make fantastic candles. And I got that one. It was not on sale, but I got 4 of them for $5. So that's like $1.25 each, which is perfect. The other thing is with this being a little bit larger, since part of it is going to be having to be priced for the amount of soy wax, since the soy wax is expensive and everything else, I can mark up the prices a little bit more on these guys. And then I found this cup that I thought was absolutely darling. I think he's just so cute. So he has these geometric little hexagons for feet and for the handle, which just reminds me of like a bee. And then it has these gorgeous different layers of, I'm not sure how they actually like put the, I'm trying to think of what the name of it. It's almost like a sticker stencil, and like but this one is actually having 2 different layers, so that it has the base layer of the flowers and then it has the next layer of the golden flowers laid on top of it, which I thought was really cool and gives it nice texture. And then the inside is iridescent, which I thought was absolutely gorgeous. And he was only 99 cents. He also is fine china from Japan. So it's kind of cute. He'll be a little cutie. I have to admit that there are probably going to be some candles. Oh, thanks. That I price at a point where I get to keep them, right? Is that a thing? I don't know. I'm the one pricing them. So I will have things priced to sell and then priced for me to keep. Yeah, it'll work out well. This one is one of the actual pieces that I got from the estate sale that I went to, and it's kind of hard to see on this one. I have another Frostera that's pink somewhere around here. Oh no, it's not the same one. I lied to you. They're different handles. But this one's a really cute milk glass one. It's from the Jeanette Glass and Company. And I just absolutely love him, and he is not getting turned into a candle. He is staying right here with me and joining my collection. So, the only... Oh, got this one, and then we've got 2 more. So give me 1 second. We have this gorgeous milk glass cup, we'll call it. It is really pretty. I don't know who made it. I didn't have a chance, but it has these gorgeous grapes going up, and I just think this will make a cute little candle, and it wasn't bad priced whatsoever. This one was only $1.50. That's nothing. Like $1.50 is perfect, and that will work excellently. I also think that this might look really nice with the black. I don't know quite how much I'm actually going to do coloring. I kind of do like the way that black wax looks. Oh, thank you. But it does mean that I have to add in something else. So it is another chemical and component going in when I am trying to spend money on the good wax to make sure that there's no additional additives or anything else. So I'm hoping we'll see how much ends up being white wax without dye versus black dye. This one I got, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I have so many of these pieces that I'm going to keep it in a box that says when I run out of glassware, I will make this into a candle. Until then, it can live. Just because like all of my bowls in my bedroom, and those bowls are actually the lighter aqua back there, but I do have a lot of this forest green, and it looks so gorgeous at Christmas. Yeah. So maybe this one will end up staying for me. I did end up spending $4 on it, which is outside of the ideal price range, which means that I should be able to keep it. Can you tell that? But like, yeah. This next one is just a little tiny base one. I ended up paying $1.50 for this one, and I thought it was kind of like a really cool one. And then I realized that it's Yankee Candle. So this one, even though it looks nice and like is a cute little like little 3-footed like pedestal, like what I thought was a bowl, I didn't look close enough to the pattern. And it's Yankee Candle who ripped it off. But that's okay. I don't think anybody will notice, and it's still really pretty. And it'll, I mean, of course it was sold as a candle, so it is the perfect shape for a candle. So I can't be too mad. And then we have this little guy who came from the estate sale, and I thought was uranium glass because he was right next to the other one that was uranium glass. But he wasn't. But he's a cute little shot glass. I don't know what I'm going to go and do with him. I don't have a plan. He might just sit on my shelf somewhere. Maybe he'll be used in photos or something. I don't know. For that one, for that estate sale, there were some items that were priced. And then there was like a bunch of like small little things that were in like boxes that said like 3 to 5 or like $1 to $3. But like they were kind of all over the place. So it kind of almost just seems like once she got to the end of the total, she then just looked at all of like the unmarked items and then decided the price based on all of the unmarked items. So I don't know how much I actually paid for that guy. And then this is almost towards the end of our UV. Can you guess what this is? If you're seeing that little gorgeous silver lacing, it is a gorgeous Fenton bowl. I tried to get in there with my toothbrush while I was cleaning it downstairs to get all of those little crevices out, and I still wasn't able to actually fully get it cleaned. This thing was absolutely filthy, but I love this thing. It also has this gorgeous handle, and I don't know what possibly made them do this, but it almost looks like it's a bamboo handle. Like the way that they have it marked and like the way that they clamped it to go and make that handle and like it bent, it looks like a bamboo handle, which I just think is so gorgeous and unique. So I do want to look up a little bit more information about the handle. It is also just a giant piece. So I think what I might do is try and keep it for myself and use it as a display bowl to kind of display some other stuff for my stand. And then I'll put a price tag on it that's ridiculous, that if someone really wants it, they can take it from me. But again, I would like to price this to keep forever for myself, which is only reasonable. This technically isn't glass, but we're going to count it as it. So this is another little candle stand, and it was $3.99 originally, which means that I got it for $2 because it was on sale. And this is now my St. Patrick's Day center table piece. Can you imagine? Just wait until St. Patrick's Day. This is going to be on the center of my table, and it will be gorgeous, and I cannot wait. Oh my God. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So I was absolutely excited, and you don't find a lot of good holiday stuff at the Red, White, and Blue that I shop at because people come in there quick. Whenever I tell you that like I am in line and I see how many people just have entire carts full of holiday decorations week after week after week, they do. So you almost never find good holiday decorations. I mean, you find the pins, but you don't find good decorations. So I was really excited for this one. And then I also got this guy, which I had been looking at him for a while. He was originally $5, and at the time I was like, my basket's a little bit small because even though I know at this point in time I could get more items if I got a cart, it's harder to move around because it's just so crowded. And whenever you're in a cart, you've got to wait a whole lot and it's hard to get in and out constantly. So I try and get away with just using a little basket, but sometimes whenever my basket is full, then I don't get items. Like I almost got more teacups today, but it was already full. Um, this one I had been looking at, I think actually for 2 weeks possibly. Only because I don't remember seeing it there last week. Like I remember whenever I first saw it and it wasn't on sale. And then I remembered seeing it again. It could always just be a secondary one. Oh well, I got it as a little display piece that I can go and hang little charms and other things on it. So I'm excited for him, especially because my photos have been getting much better on Instagram. I don't know if you guys have been following me. Hashtag thrift rescuing. But I now have 200 followers, which are darling, and some of them are absolutely adorable. Oh my god, there's some really cool people in the glass world, and a lot of them, I mean, they may not tell you their best spots to find glass, but they're super encouraging. And it's kind of nice. I've also, some of the platforms, if I can recognize something quickly, I'll try and like chime in with any like relevant information or like knowledge whenever like I put like a little comment on. I'm not nearly as good as the other people, the people who can tell the difference between uranium glass and cadmium glass, even though they can sometimes look very, very similar, because cadmium glass can still kind of be green, I guess. I don't know. I'm still trying to learn it, but there are people who far, far know more than me. And then I also have one little person who, like, she can't film for anything, so you can't see what she's actually filming remotely, but she'll film it and she'll tell you how to, like, tell the difference between, like, the original and the knockoffs and, like, which part of the pattern to look for and, like, how far, like, the bottom pattern should be from the actual edge and, like, all of this other stuff. And you can't see a single thing that she's showing, but I do like listening to her, and I'm like, okay, I kind of know this. You're helping me out a little bit. I think it's kind of fun. I'm looking around and seeing what else I have forgotten because you would be surprised at the amount of times that I have forgotten items. And I think, ooh, 2 more items. Let's see. I did get a new hair guy, so I am trying a new hairstyle, and for a second I didn't think it was gonna hold, but it did. So we have this, which is, oh my god, I actually have the card downstairs for it, and I can't remember what this pattern now is. But I got these really cute little salt and pepper shakers. I think it was like $3 for a set of 2. And I got these actually so that I can put them in with some of my Instagram photos just because the color and the texture and the size is really pretty. I'm slowly learning how to take photos. And this one I almost got a whole bunch, but you guys know that I have the clovers and I have so many sets of the clovers that are clear and gorgeous that a part of me was like, you can't buy another one that's so similar to the clover, but not. But it is gorgeous. So I make the rolls and I bend them, right? This one right here, it's Jeanette Glass, and it is Marigold Carnival Clover Leaf Divided Dish. So it is absolutely gorgeous. It even has this really cute little flower in that very center. And I just love it. Doesn't that just look so pretty? It has this lovely little handle right down here. And it just looks so pretty. I mean, this isn't a bouquet. Could you walk down an aisle just with like a bouquet? Like, what if this was your bouquet? It could. It could be a bouquet. All I'm going to say, give me a handle. This would, no. I understand that you would not use it as a bouquet at a wedding, but I wish people would because it's gorgeous. And then you don't have to worry about it drying or anything else. You don't have to worry about getting the flowers the day of if it's fresh. If there's a shortage, I digress.